Whoever recited these 2 verses became a king from a beggar. Assalamu alaikum, dear friends. The Wazifa, spiritual practice, being presented to you today has been used for centuries by those who eventually became emperors, those who became kings. They definitely benefited from this Wazifa. This Wazifa, which consists of 2 verses, can turn a beggar into a king. The excellences and virtues of these verses are immense. Imam Jafar al-Sadiq, may Allah have mercy on him, was asked, "What is the benefit of this verse?" He replied, "This verse makes a beggar a king. That is its only benefit." In today's video, we will also tell you the wonders of these 2 verses and how you can benefit from them. Additionally, we will include a real incident in the video. Please do not skip the video and be sure to watch it till the end. Before we proceed, we request that if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so now and don't forget to like and share the video. Dear friends, let us tell you that these 2 verses contain divine subjugation. Task here. These 2 verses contain sustenance, risk. These verses bring long life. One who believes in these verses is never disappointed. One who includes these verses in his daily affairs will never have to ask from others, inshallah. Not only that, the descendants of one who recites these verses will never need to ask anyone either, because the specialties of these verses are such that they bring richness, they bring sufficiency, they fulfill needs. They contain kifaya, contentment, sufficiency. When one person's food is enough for 100, that is kifaya. If Allah wills, He can fulfill all your needs with just 1 rupee. He can turn 1 rupee into 1,000,000 and is capable of turning 1,000,000 into a single rupee. In Punjabi, they say, He can turn lakhs into dust and dust into lakhs. All of this is in the power of Allah. Dear friends, the greatest benefit of these 2 verses is that they turn a person from a beggar into a king. Which 2 verses from the Holy Qur'an are these? We will tell you that as well. But first, let us share with you a true incident about the excellence of these verses. What effect Allah Almighty has placed in this Wazifa and what power it holds. Please note, this incident was shared with us by a sister via email, and her wish is that the Wazifa of these 2 verses be spread as widely as possible so that everyone can seek relief from their financial problems through it, by the will of Allah. In the email, our sister shared the Wazifa of the last 2 verses of Surah Tawbah as follows. My husband had a good job in Canada. Our life was going very well, but suddenly my husband lost his job and returned to Pakistan. For 6 or 7 months we managed because we had some savings. But when the savings ran out, it reached a point where I had to sell my jewelry to manage household expenses. And there came a moment when we didn't even have the means to pay for our children's school fees. Only a jobless person can truly understand those feelings, when expenses are out of control and there's no income. What a person goes through and how many worries descend upon them. One becomes a victim of stress and depression. She says, I watched many Wazifas on YouTube, but my heart got stuck on the Wazifa of the last 2 verses of Surah Tawbah. I kept watching and listening to that video again and again. The virtues and special qualities of those 2 verses placed such conviction in my heart that I finally began acting upon them. I had full faith in Allah that by doing this practice, He would surely bring ease for me and my family. She further writes, as soon as I started this practice by Allah's will, just 13 days later, my husband received a letter from the same company at our home address. He reapplied and his job was reinstated. Believe me, we never imagined that my husband would get his job back. And in the same company, it was a time of such poverty that even our relatives abandoned us. They didn't support us. No one even offered us a loan. That was the time we realized. When you don't ask people, they are happy. But if you ask, they become upset. And in contrast to this, there is another court. the court of my Allah. The one from whom you ask, he becomes pleased, and if you don't ask, he becomes displeased. Dear friends, this was just a small real-life incident related to these 2 verses. Otherwise, the truth is that kings and emperors have benefited from this very Wazifa and became kings through it. That is why you must definitely do the Wazifa of these 2 verses. These verses are very easy. Memorize these 2 verses of Surah Tawbah and incorporate them into your daily life affairs. You will witness their wonders yourself. Dear friends, if you make this practice a part of your daily routine and include it in your life and hold on to it firmly, then you will no longer need any other action or wazifa from this universe, because the words of Allah are powerful. Allah Himself is powerful. Allah is self-sufficient, and His words are self-sufficient. Whoever holds firmly to them is encompassed by Allah's mercy and power, and He never lets them fall. Allah makes that person rich. He is no longer dependent on anyone. This action is extremely valuable. Do it with full conviction and never miss it under any circumstances. By the grace of Allah, your destiny will change through its blessings. Now, let us move to today's Wazifa. The Wazifa is very simple. Ameen. The entire account serves as a powerful reminder of the unmatched strength, mercy, and generosity of Allah, and the miraculous blessings hidden in His divine words. Through the story of a struggling family, we witness how the sincere recitation of just 2 verses from Surah Tawbah, with complete faith, conviction, and consistency, brought about an unimaginable transformation. From desperation to ease, from despair to hope, and from joblessness to divine restoration. When the sister's husband lost his job and their financial situation declined to the point of selling personal jewelry and facing school fee shortages for their children, they were abandoned even by close relatives. No one helped them, no one lent them anything. A bitter reality of this worldly life. But in contrast stood the court of Allah, a court where asking is beloved, where hope is rewarded, and where divine help descends faster than we imagine. It was only after placing full trust in Allah and holding tightly to the last 2 verses of Surah Tawbah that the miracle happened, not weeks or months later, but in just 13 days. The story is not just a personal testimony, it is a timeless spiritual lesson. These 2 verses are not limited to one person's miracle. They are a divine tool that has historically empowered kings and rulers, and even today can uplift the brokenhearted, the financially struggling, and those drowning in life's trials. The Quran is not just a book of stories. It is a living guide, a source of spiritual strength and real-world miracles. O Allah, the most generous, the sustainer, the opener of doors, I come to you in humility, seeking your boundless mercy and unlimited provision. O Allah, enrich my heart with contentment and my hands with halal wealth. Make me among those who earn with dignity, spend with wisdom, and give with sincerity. Grant me barakah in my income, in my time, in my efforts, and in everything you bless me with. O Allah, open for me the doors of risk, sustenance that I cannot see, and provide for me from sources I could never imagine. Replace my fear with tawakkul, trust in you, my hardship with ease, and my losses with abundant gain. O Allah, make me independent of your creation and completely dependent upon you alone. Save me from debt, remove all financial burdens, and protect me from haram wealth and greed. Bless my business, my job, my ventures, and guide me to opportunities that bring benefit in both worlds. O Allah, grant me success that humbles me, not success that leads to arrogance. Let every step I take toward my goals be guided by your light.